Ladies and gentlemen, we're doing it again. A guaranteed diamond Pickem coin for every one of you guys following this video. Maybe it didn't work out last year, but the 2 years before that, we're back-to-back diamond coins holders. So give me another chance, and I promise you, I'll give you the diamond coin this year, even though it's gonna be incredible and gettable tough. You know the Pickems, you know the rules, you know how it works. You got a pick that goes 3-0. You got a pick that goes 0-3. You got to pick those teams. You got to put them in there, right? You got to get them points. And then you got 7 teams down here that you have to pick that you think will advance. First and foremost, let's establish who's even in the challenger stage. We got NIP. We got G2. We got Force Esports OG. Pain Gaming, the Brazilian guys. We got Gamer Legion. We got the Norwegian-owned Apex. We got Monty, Team Liquid, FaZe Clan, ENS, Greyhound Gaming all the way from Australia. We got Mouse, we got Complexity, we got Fluxo, and we got the Mongols. Those are the 16 teams competing for 8 spots heading into the Legend stage, right? So let's dissect it quickly. I'm gonna try to be a little bit quick right here. I'm gonna try to bring it straight to the point so you guys can get your diamond coins and be secure in your Pickems straight away. Now for a 3-0 pick, you don't wanna pick one of the favorites. Right? The massive favorites to advance would be G2, it would be Liquid, it would be FaZe, it would potentially also be Mouse, I'd say, out of all these teams right here. You don't want to pick those teams as a 3-0 because you only get a point for your Pickems if they go 3-0. So you would rather put them down here. So let's say G2. I am convinced G2 will advance from this stage at the major. Potentially they'll do it 3-0. But I'm guaranteed a point if they just advance. Same goes for FaZe Clan. I think FaZe Clan have a great chance of going 3-0. I think G2 have a great chance of going 3-0. But I am securing myself a point right here if they advance like that. The 3-0 pick is just a little bit too risky. So that's where you want to put one of the lesser favorites, so to speak, in. So that's my 2 secured picks always. That took me no time whatsoever. Then you have the second field of teams, you know, the second round of favorites, sort of. I'd say NIP, potentially. They've stepped up lately. You see Team Liquid, you'd say ENS, you'd say Mouse. Those are the, I'd say, the second level of teams that I think can progress. That's where I want to gamble a little bit, though. That's where I want to put one of these teams. I'd even go as far as saying Force could be a dangerous team to go up against. So, you know, having Force right here as a 3-0 pick, that's a little bit dangerous, but I kind of like it, so I'll think about it. A team that I think will advance regardless as well would be Team Liquid. I know they've been struggling a little bit. I know it's necessarily not Liquid's best time right now in terms of competing and delivering results, but let's be honest, it's Team Liquid still. They should be able, Liquid should be able to qualify for the next stage of the major. Anything else would be a massive, massive disappointment. And don't forget, we just need 5 points in this stage, right? So you have 3 teams right here that I feel relatively comfortable with. Now let's start to look at the 0-3. I've seen a lot of people go with Fluxo. I've seen a lot of people consider Greyhound Gaming. I've seen a lot of people consider the Mongols. I would say those 3 teams are also my favorites to go 0-3, actually together with Gamer Legion. I have not been impressed with Gamer Legion as of late at all. So I think they are in contention as well. Greyhound Gaming is a team that comes out from Australia. They just played in Melbourne, a decent tournament. They did okay. It's not a bad team at all, but at a major, it's just a different caliber of team. So depending on who plays who and where people are going, it can be very, very, very tough for a team like Greyhound Gaming to get a win in this tournament. Let's be completely honest. Now, despite it being tough for Greyhound to win any games, this is where you got to use your brains, my friends, because we know the matchups for the first round. We already know that the Mongols, as an example, they're playing G2. We know Gamer Legion is playing Complexity. So even though Gamer Legion have been struggling against Complexity, that's a pretty 50-50 game. So one of those teams will not go 0-3. You have Force going up against Greyhound. I will say Force are the favorites in that one, but Greyhound can definitely put up a fight there. So you have all these 0-3 candidates playing, you know, relatively even teams, so it actually becomes very tough. Monte taking on FaZe Clan. So Monte is definitely a contender as well to be put down here. I think that's very tough. I'd say, based on pure skill, I'd say Greyhound, Gamer Legion right now, and maybe Fluxo would be a contender for that. That 0-3 pick that will let that brew a little bit. Another team I think is going to make through is going to be Mouse. I think Mouse has enough quality to make it through. Mouse is a good team. Mouse have done a good job, you know, integrating the talent side of it. Last major, they were in the semifinal. Let's not forget that. They beat Cloud9 2-1 in a legendary game. Third deciding map on Ancient, where they made Cloud9 completely fumble. Kick into us, by the way, as well. So I'll put Mouse in here. I think they have good quality. They're good enough still. Then we get into the second layer. I'd say NIP, ENCE are two teams that you look at and you think you want in there as well. Like you think, okay, that's a good Counter-Strike team. There's some potential, some real potential in those teams. We've seen it with ENCE. Even though they struggled to qualify for the major, they stepped up when needed the most. And I think ENCE is a good enough of a team to qualify. Don't forget that half the games, or all the games where you're not either qualifying or being excluded, so to speak, from the tournament, you're playing in a best of one. Whereas all the games where it matters, where you can't qualify to the next round or where you can get disqualified or put out of the tournament, that's a best of three. And usually that's where ENCE goes above and beyond expectations. Now, here we have it, right? We still have to go for the 0-3 pick. I think it's going to be tough, man. Just judging on the matchups from the first round, I am a little bit inclined to go with the Mongols. I'm not going to lie. I think there's a lot of teams who've shown a lot of quality. The Mongols being one of them, to be honest. I kind of hate doing it. They're ranked number 23 in the world. They are doing a good job. They played well at IEM Rio. They took a map off Imperial. Sorry, they won against Imperial. They took a map off Heroic. But the Mongols are playing G2 in the first round, and I think G2 will smash the Mongols. And then from that point onwards, it's just going to be tough for them. So I hate to do it because I actually really, really like them. I also do want to say I think the Mongols have the coolest logo in the entire goddamn tournament. It looks so slick right here, but I'm putting the Mongols as my 0-3 team. And that is based on the fact that their matchup, their route in this major is going to be very tough. Greyhound as well is in contention. So I'll just rethink. Maybe I'll do this. I burnt my fingers last time. Maybe I'll do that. But right now we'll have the Mongols. I'll come up to a final conclusion. Let's figure out who's going to be the 3-0 team. And this is where it gets even more interesting for me to put Greyhound, because I'm going to put Force as a 3-0 team. I think Force has that upset potential. Force is a good team that a lot of people are underestimating. I feel Jerry and the guys always come up prepared for majors. We saw them at Pro League. We see them deliver some good results. It's not likely that they're going to go 3-0. It's a high chance, but I'm not necessarily 100% sure they're qualifying either. So for me to put Force as a 3-0 team, I think it's a good call. I could go for NIP as well, because to be honest, I don't know what NIP is going to bring. NIP has been a bit of a shit show this year. They've been very disappointing, right? They haven't really clicked yet. Last tournament, they showed glimpses of potential. So I think putting NIP here is not necessarily a bad idea. It's a tough one. I'd probably feel more comfortable doing this, you know, say that I am convinced Force will make it to the next stage of the major. I'm not convinced NIP will make it to the next stage of the major. So again, I'm trying to be smart here. I'm trying to play the game. Make sure you guys get your goddamn diamond coin. That leaves us up with one spot left for all these teams. And yeah, it's tough, man. OG, Pain Gaming, Gamer Legion, Apex, Monday, Greyhound, Complexity, Flu. There's a lot of teams right here. I think Monday is a very interesting caliber. I think they're coming in with a lot of fire, you know. They're coming in with a lot of fire. They're playing for a lot of pride. It's a Ukrainian squad. We saw Boris play some absolutely fantastic Counter-Strike. It's a team you cannot underestimate, and they are on a massive win streak right now. They won against EG 2-0, Havu 2-0, Apex 2-0, All-Stars 16-10, Acacia 2-0. They're not playing big games against good opponents, but they're winning all the games right now. So I'm going to put Monday down here as my little bit of a joker. I have my full Pickems right here, if I want to. Anything I want to change, it'll be Greyhound for the Mongols. I am not sure. I'm not sure. I think Greyhound is a good team. And then we can do the comparisons. Do I think Greyhound will beat Fluxo? They could. Do I think Greyhound will beat Apex? No. Do I think Greyhound will beat Gamer Legion? They could, but I don't think so. I don't think they're going to beat Pain. They're not going to beat OG. So there's a lot of teams internally right here I think they'll lose to. So it depends on what way they have, who beats who, what their matchup are like. Because I'd say Greyhound against Fluxo, 50-50. Greyhound against the Mongols, 50-50. Greyhound against Complexity. Well, Complexity did lose to Greyhound, so 50-50. I also kind of want Apex down here. I think Apex is a good team. They just don't have enough, I feel, to go all the way. Same could be said about Pain Gaming. I think the Brazilian squad right here is very interesting. Biku Sera have done a tremendous job. has done a tremendous job, you know, building him up to a good point. But I feel somewhat confident right here. We got a lot of favorites right here. I believe in the favorites last major in CSGO. They're gonna come in hot. The experience will help them. And then we got Monte as a bit of an outsider and Greyhound as an 0-3 team. I don't know, you know, this is a tough one. The Mongols is in there. Fluxo could be the 0-3 team as well. The thing is, Fluxo plays Pain Gaming in the first game. Domestic lineup, it's a 50-50. You don't want to take that gamble. So this is my analytical way of approaching the diamond coin right here. This would be my suggestion to those of you out there who want a diamond coin. So I'm gonna update the picks. We're gonna log them in so it looks like this, and there you have it, my friends. If you want a diamond coin, if you want to make sure to go all the way and get the very last diamond coin in CSGO, because this will be the last major ever played in CSGO. Follow me, follow my videos. I'll update you for the legend stage. I'll update you for the championship stage as well. Make sure to like, subscribe, drop a comment, and let me know what your pick'em looks like in the comment below. I want to know if you disagree, because again, there's different routes you can go here. By no means am I saying I'm the best, but I'm also saying that I'm the best. So you know what to do. Drop a comment with your pick'ems, guys, and let me know what you think.